Hello, I'm Phoenix. I use they, them pronouns.
And I'm Eve. I use any pronouns.
And this month, we are finally talking about Gideon the Ninth by Tamsyn Muir.
It's happening. We're doing it.
It's finally happening.
It's
after
fucking
all
time.
these years. So
Here we
this
fucking go.
probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. This episode will contain major spoilers for Gideon the Ninth and for Harrow the Ninth, and probably also Nona the Ninth. Let's just be honest. We're not gonna be able to restrict ourselves to not talking about things.
Exactly.
So if you have not read them, please go and read them first, because it really is one of those book series that you should experience before knowing things.
You should go into it semi-blind of everything that happens.
Pause this. Go and read all 3 books.
Give Tamsyn Muir your money, please.
And then it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to really make that clear. It's not just going to be Gideon.
No.
We will inevitably be talking about, because I can't remember what happens in all of them. Do you know what I mean? There's stuff that happens in the later books that I am convinced was from earlier books. And so it's just going to happen. So you have been warned. Indeed.
There was things that I thought happened in this book that actually probably happened in Harrow. And I'm like, things didn't happen.
Is it you as well? This is my first time rereading Gideon.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Me too. I read it
so
long ago.
Yeah, I think I was 2022, 2023. I honestly lost track.
I could give you probably a year. Hold on. When did I buy this copy? Because I bought this copy 2024. I read it 2023. So that's 3 years ago.
Let's see. I read it in...
As I have my little...
2022.
Fuck.
And then again this year. So yeah, it had been a while.
Yeah.
And there was a lot I'd forgotten, and there was a lot that I had remembered, but had thought was in one of the other 2 books. But,
yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
We'll jump right in. Why don't you tell us what the book is about first? Shall we? Why don't you?
Well,
go.
It's about so many things.
It's about so many things.
It's
about
lies.
Love. It's about identity.
About lies.
It's about deception. It's about accusing one another. It's a little bit of Ace Attorney.
I will read the blurb though.
Thank you.
Although I hate to say, I do feel like the blurb is not necessarily the most representative of the book.
Me neither.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Emperor needs necromancers. The 9th necromancer needs a swordswoman. Gideon has a sword, some dirty magazines, and no more time for undead nonsense. Tamsyn Muir's Gideon the Ninth unveils a solar system of swordplay, cutthroat politics, and lesbian necromancers. Her characters leap off the page, as skillfully animated as necromantic skeletons. The result is a heart-pounding epic science fantasy.
You know, I didn't realise that was the blurb.
That's the blurb on my copy.
That's the blurb on my copy. What the fuck?
This is what I mean.
I forgot this was pitched as like a I don't want to say romantasy, but almost kind of. It's bad. It's not a great pitch.
They
for
really
what the
ham up
is.
the lesbian necromancers in space thing.
Yeah.
Which it is, but also, like, that's underplaying it.
Yeah.
But then how else do you describe it?
How else do you describe...
Without spending, 3 hours talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to the description of what Gideon the Ninth is about.
This is going to be a non-exhaustive description.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we are going to be doing things a little bit different to normal. We're not coming in with a rating and with our normal sort of questions that we've stuck to, because this is a reread and also because it is Gideon.
Yes.
We thought there would be enough to talk about that we're just going to sort of go from cover to cover.
Yeah. We're just going to go for it.
We're not going to read it to you.
No, unless...
Because there's already an audiobook for that. That I think is better than anything we could ever possibly make.
Truly, Moira is a fantastic audiobook narrator. It's a fantastic audiobook.
I have listened to some of the audiobook. A couple of years ago, I was going to like reread them as an audiobook. And then I didn't finish it, but that was nothing to do with the quality of the audiobook. It was just where I was in my life.
That's fair. It's a delightful one. I just wonder how they'll manage Harrow.
Yeah,
because I'll need to do that now because I'm curious.
Yeah,
Yar.
you'll have to let me know. But I reread it as a physical book. In fact, it is this exact copy that I read when I read Gideon in 2022. So that's a fun little,
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just going to sort of start at the start and work our way through and talk about things that pop into our heads.
Yeah.
So don't expect this to make like too much sense.
No.
I mean, we'll do our best.
It's Gideon the Ninth. It's not going to make complete sense.
Yeah. I have aggressively tabbed this book.
So aggressive.
So mainly with just things that I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I'm excited to hear what exactly you think were interesting. Because I still feel there's things I've missed.
Oh, there's definitely stuff I've missed.
Yeah.
And I have very basic notes of like things that I want to remember to talk about.
Oh. Okay.
So should we just launch?
Let's just launch right in. Indeedy.
My first tab is on the first page of the book.
What?
Because I still to this day think that this is the greatest introductory sentence to a book ever.
Okay.
I think it absolutely perfectly sets up the book and the tone and everything. And I love it. I love it so fucking much.
It's both extremely silly and world building.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It sets up the world and Gideon.
Yeah.
Very nicely.
Very nicely, because it's kind of like, here is this epic world and Gideon with her dirty magazines.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
In the myriadic year of our Lord, the 10,000th year of the King Undying, the kindly Prince of Death, Gideon Nav packed her sword, her shoes, and her dirty magazines, and she escaped from the house of the Ninth.
I think it's the best starting sentence to any book I've ever read.
Big time. There's one book that I think is on par, and it's an assassination book, but this is fucking brilliant, because it kind of shows like Gideon does not care a lot about, or like has that kind of separation from the Ninth House.
Yeah. Yes.
All the
right
time.
off the bat.
Right off the bat.
It is very clear that Gideon is not
a fan.
Part of the Ninth House, as
No.
it were, in that same sense.
Mm-hmm. And truly, were they ever?
Well, that's what we're going to discuss.
That's what we're going to discuss. So we're kind of dropped right bang in the middle of Gideon trying to flee the Ninth House.
Yep.
They have sequestered this kind of ship that's going to come and collect them, and they are packing up their gear to go.
She's fed up and ready to leave.
And gets stopped by Harrow Harknonagesimus, who... Jewel? Is that the word they use?
I mean, you could call it a duel.
Something like a jewel, in a way. Kind of challenges her to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we even get to that.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably missing something.
Right here on page 2, I have another tab.
Good.
This is I need to hang on. There we go. This is my my little thought that I had while discussing the Locked Tomb a while ago with my partner, which is the Ninth House, the physical Ninth House, not like the organization, but the physical place.
Yeah.
Drearbur is the pit of Tartarus.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like
we're looking at like the
it
levels
is literally
of like,
a pit
hell, kind of
drilled vertically into a planet.
Oh yeah.
Pluto. Spoilers?
Spoilers?
Question mark?
Kind of.
It's Pluto.
Yeah.
We assume. It is drilled vertically into and at the very fucking bottom of that pit is chained God's greatest enemy.
Yeah. Satan.
It is literally Tartarus. And to make the mythological connection even better, it's Pluto. Pluto is the Roman equivalent of Hades, god of the underworld, where Tartarus is.
Where a certain Barbie is.
Barbterus?
Barbterus. That would be a great Barbie dream house set. Yeah.
Greek mythology Barbie.
Greek mythology Barbie. But no, absolutely it is. I always assumed it was because the ninth house was never really meant to be a house.
Yeah, this is something that's made very clear in this book, particularly by one Silas Octaciceron, who we will get to later.
Yeah.
He repeatedly mentions that the 8th house remembers that the 9th house is not meant to exist.
Exactly. He was quite adamant about this.
That a bunch of people built the prison and then the prison was supposed to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah. Everyone was meant to forget about it.
And instead what happened is the people who were building the prison sort of became a cult.
Yeah.
And
why wouldn't you?
To worship / guard the locked tomb.
Even though the 8th house is quite Templary in a kind of way. Or knights. I don't know how exactly they're described. But
they're like they are the like true believers, as it were.
And then you have like their direct kind of like culty sibling. But the ninth house was never meant to exist.
They're not meant to be a house full of people. It was meant to just be an empty pit in the ground with a Barbie in the bottom.
Yeah. A nice surprise. It's interesting. But you know, we land in Tartarus straight away. And
right off the bat, we have Gideon escaping Tartarus. Or trying to.
And fucking failing a duel against Harrow.
Well, first Crux turns up.
Oh, Crux. Ugh.
First we get Crux, who's the Marshal of Drearber. He turns up and, in classic Crux fashion, just berates Gideon. Which shockingly does not in fact work.
No.
It does, however, get us the first mention of Frontline Titties of the Fifth, which is a very important non-existent publication in the Locked Tomb universe.
I think, just commit to it, Tamsyn. Get us a little novella. I'd love it.
I don't know that Tor would publish that.
Oh, self-publish it. Just hand it out to the fans.
But
email blast.
Crux does his whole, you're a piece of shit, Gideon. I hate you. You suck. You're sweaty. And then
kind of stuff.
She's like, no, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I'm not putting up with this bullshit anymore.
And then we get Iglamini instead, who is the I can't remember what's her official title.
I can't remember, but it's like they're a trainer. They train people to become like
she's
weapon
captain
masters.
of the guard.
Captain of the
guard.
Ninth
House, and has trained Gideon, sort of,
kind of,
and is slightly more. I hesitate to use the word friendly
because it's that kind of matronly kind of duty of having a duty of care over someone rather than necessarily being their biggest supporter. It's rather like not wanting Crux to like be horrible all the time, so they're just like a stoic.
Yes, Iglamini does not have quite the same attitude.
No.
Of like, yeah. She's more practical.
Not her biggest fan, but also not awful to her.
Yeah. And then
it's hard to say.
Obviously Gideon says no.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back. I'm leaving. Fuck you.
I'm heading off.
And then we get a little aside about the prison, which is in orbit over the Ninth House, and the fact that Gideon's mother fell from that prison with Gideon in like a fucking box. In a bio container, and her mother died on impact. And
just Gideon... screaming Gideon as well.
Yeah,
that's all they were saying.
Well, some nuns from the Ninth House tried to bring back her spirit to ask her what had happened,
Yeah.
and she was just screaming Gideon, Gideon,
Gideon.
and that's why she's called Gideon. And it's
Which could
definitely
mean so much.
definitely just because the mother was trying to name her daughter. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely not for any other reason.
No other reason that might come up.
Yeah.
I have so many opinions.
And then Harrow turns up.
Now Harrow turns up.
Yeah.
And it kind of has this like ultimatum of Griddle, you need to like
Yeah.
like Harrow's also like, yeah, you could leave a little bit, and kind of has this ultimatum of the
Yeah.
duel and coming to the the ceremony that's just about to happen.
There's been a muster call
Yes.
because Harrow has important information to share with the house,
Yes.
having received important news,
Yes.
and wants Gideon there.
Uh-huh.
But basically says, look, if you
If you
come,
come to this,
once it's happened, you can go.
you can go. You're free to leave.
And Gideon's like, absolutely the fuck not. I do not trust you.
Yeah.
But we do
Rightfully
get
so.
a nice big old fucking lie from Harrow, nice and early on, where she says, "Oh, Griddle, but I don't even remember about you most of the time,"
Exactly. Whereas literally
which is the most untrue thing.
untrue thing constantly on each other's minds.
Yeah,
Kind of just like suspicious. Always suspicious of one another a little bit.
yeah,
Especially with Gideon. But we'll get to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing as well is you have to remember is that Harrow knows more than Gideon knows about the reason that they sort of hate each other.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's really interesting because in a way Gideon's also kind of deceiving themselves because they're just trying to pretend everything's fine. A little bit.
yes, Gideon has very much simplified her own worldview
Yeah. To kind of
into Harrow bad.
Harrow bad instead of because everything around them's fucked up.
Yeah,
So kind of
yeah.
like
They both
playing
grew up
everything
in a very
down.
fucked up environment.
Yeah.
And I think Gideon has convinced herself that Harrow had it fine, and that it was only Gideon who was,
Yeah.
suffering,
Where
which is untrue.
Harrow. But yes, Harrow proceeds to kind of win the duel and forces Gideon to come to the ceremony.
She wins the duel by having cheated.
Oh,
Right? This
yeah.
is important. She doesn't just win the duel. She wins the duel because in the night,
Yeah,
before Gideon woke up and tried to leave,
yeah,
Harrow came up here,
yeah.
planted
Implanted
bones in the ground,
Yeah,
and then used those bones in the fight
yeah.
to absolutely destroy Gideon.
Destroy.
And that's important because it shows just how determined Harrow is to keep her here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Harrow could have very easily cheated in many, many other ways, but she went to the length of digging with her own hands.
Yep.
Right? Because it talks about how she's got,
Dirt under her
dust in her
fingernails.
fingernails and all this.
And it's like almost kind of
Yeah.
petty as well because it's like
Oh, it's hugely
petty because it's like this was Gideon's shot of getting away and you waited this long to do it. You waited until the freedom was like right, you could taste
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And Gideon had to like
Because
romanticize the getting away portion of it to then snatch it away.
Yeah. And the shuttle is like arriving. The
Yeah.
shuttle that Gideon had
It
called
is
for is arriving
On
at
its
this
way.
point.
Yeah. It's here.
And again, like, less than 10 pages ago, Harrow's like, oh, I don't even think about you most of the time.
Yeah.
And right away we have evidence disproving that because here
Exactly.
she is, having spent the entire night
Yeah.
scrabbling around in very, 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 very hard rock,
Yeah.
specifically so that she could plant bones, specifically so that she could challenge Gideon to a duel and beat her, because she knew that that's how this situation would end up. She knew that Crux and Iglaminy wouldn't be able to persuade Gideon to leave, to come, to not leave. And so she knew that it was going to resort to this, and she knew that she could win by doing this. But she doesn't think about her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's strange because then we also get like the line of Iglaminy looking almost pitiful at Gideon. And you really see that Gideon's also a prisoner.
Yeah.
And that them coming to this, falling off of the prison into the Ninth House became a prison itself for her.
Yeah.
And,
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. No chance
And
of
so
parole.
then, having been defeated, Gideon is literally physically dragged by the ankle
Yep.
down all these flights of steps back to the bottom of the pit.
Yep. Back to Tartarus.
To go to Skeleton Church.
Skeleton Church. Dead People Church. Which is a big ceremony where Harrow reveals her parents to the crowd. And they give a kind of speech because Harrow has been invited to... I forget what the planet's called.
The first house.
The first house. Does it have a name?
The place is called Canaan House.
Canaan
but
House.
That's like the building on the planet.
Yes. But has been invited to try for lictorhood.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I feel, in that scene, is the puppeteering of the parents.
Yes, Harrow's parents are very much dead.
Yeah.
And Harrow is using her necromancy, and has been for quite some time,
Yeah.
to puppet them around. They have conveniently sworn a vow of silence.
As soon as Harrow leaves, they will lock themselves in an almost tomb for themselves
Yes.
until she returns.
They have chosen, of course,
have chosen.
To lock themselves in near the locked tomb so that they can pray for Harrow while she's away. It's definitely nothing to do with the fact that she's puppeteering them all the time.
And definitely nobody knows that they're dead. Absolutely no one can tell. Yeah.
Well, it seems to be at least convincing most of the
them.
Ninth.
Actually, yeah. A lot of the nuns probably are just like, yep,
Yeah.
this makes sense.
Yeah.
But Crux definitely does. And Gideon.
Yes, Crux, Gideon, Iglamini knows.
And probably that's it.
I think that's
Oh,
it.
and
That's
the
it as far as
cousin?
Gideon is aware.
The cousin might know.
The
Probably
cousin?
not cousin. The Cavalier. Sorry. I forgot his
I don't think he does.
Oh. I always just assumed he might know. But
I
then,
don't think he does. I
is
can't
it
remember.
Ortis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's to say? We'll never know.
Gideon knows that Iglamini and Crux both know. That's because, obviously this is all from Gideon's point of view. She specifically mentions them. And yeah, she says that she had been 11 when they died. She is 18 at the start of this book. So for 7 years, Harrow has been puppeteering her dead parents. And those 7 years have been her between the ages of 10 and 17.
Yikes.
Which means that 10-year-old Harrow made the decision to puppeteer her own parents.
And the other decision.
To ensure that the Ninth House would not be vassalized by one of the other houses.
Yeah.
And yet, Harrow reads out a letter that she's had from the first house, basically being like, we need lictors, and so we're calling on them the heirs of the 9 houses, of the 8 other houses, to come to the first house and learn how to be lictors.
Lictorhood, in the simplest of terms, is godhood and immortality. And also a sense of imminent heightened power for the necromancer involved. They will gain so much power, which is kind of what Harrow needs for the Ninth House.
Yes, the Emperor had many lictors.
Many. But a lot of them have died out over the
does not have
10,000 years. Jod has lost many compatriots.
And so it specifies, in fact, that the remaining lictors have basically petitioned to the Emperor to have their numbers renewed.
Yep. Which could mean nothing.
Yeah.
We'll
and
see.
then, of course, the whole thing is that the heir of each house and the heir's Cavalier primary are to go to the first house, and Harrow's Cavalier primary is Ortis.
Yay!
Ortis is a bit shit.
Yeah.
Actually, no, to be fair, it's mainly Ortis's mother that's a bit shit.
And also, I would also be terrified in that situation.
Yeah.
Especially because if you're not a great Cavalier, it's not great. And Ortis's mother is... Helicopter parent doesn't begin to describe.
No, she is so protective.
So protective.
Because her husband, Ortis's father, Mortis, had been the Cavalier to Harrow's parents.
Yes.
And died. Actually, like, publicly died.
Yeah.
Suspiciously, right at the same time that Harrow's parents made their vow of silence.
Suspicious.
You would think.
Things are going on. So, kind of, is it Glorissa? Glorica, thank you.
Sister Glorica.
There's going to be so many of me mucking up names, but she kind of screams a little that she doesn't want her boy to go. To the kind of, like, imminent shame that comes with it, of, like, you won't do this thing for the ninth house. This is what we need to do. And gets kind of Harrow to snap at her and be like, this is enough. This is what's happening. To the end of them praying for the locked tomb.
Yes. They do their creepy locked tomb cult prayer.
Yeah.
And then, shockingly...
who's going to see this coming?
Ortis and Glorica escape.
On the shuttle that Gideon was meant to take.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, griddle.
Yeah.
Who's surprised?
Because Ortis's mother was from the 8th house.
Yes.
And so that was her plan, was, we'll go back to the 8th, and then everything will be fine. And then because Ortis has died... They need a new Cavalier primary.
Yeah.
If only they had a
strapping, young
capable...
sword ready, large muscles bigger than someone's head. I'm looking at you, Isaac.
Yeah. And Harrow basically is like, well, Gideon, you owe me a Cavalier because...
You caused one to get away.
Because it was your shuttle that Ortis escaped in, and therefore it's your fault. So now you have to, be the Cavalier. But it's okay, because if you come and be my Cavalier, once I've ascended to Lictorhood, you can go and join the army like you really want to, and then you're free, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Harrow does mean this.
Yeah.
Not knowing exactly
what's
what
going to happen,
entails.
for sure. Yep. And Gideon is very wary of it and does a little bit compartmentalize it, because she, over the course of the parts, begins to really believe it and kind of like picture it in her head, like when they're in the house. Begins to think about one day that Harrow will hear all of the great things she's been doing.
Yeah.
So... a girl can dream. Yeah. But yeah, she got wind, and it becomes apparent that Harrow got wind of the plan of her to leave only a week before she was going to leave. Which is quite neat. And the kind of explanation that she gives Gideon is that she completely fucking hates her. And that's the reason. Yeah. That's the reasoning that Harrow gives. Which is totally
definitely true.
Definitely true.
And the other important part, of course, that we have to mention here is that there are no other children.
Yes. I forgot to mention that, yes.
There are only Gideon and Harrow.
Yep.
There's nobody younger than them
Yep.
in the 9th. And the next youngest person is Ortis, who I think is in his 30s.
I think so.
So, they don't have a huge amount of choice. And Glamany would be the alternative, but she's got, like, a gammy leg or something.
Yeah, she got hurt.
Yeah,
Battling?
she's old and wounded,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, she's a
so
veteran.
can't really serve as cavalier.
Yeah.
And they have the advantage here that nobody in any of the other houses knows shit about the Ninth House
Exactly.
or who they are or what they do.
Because they are
and therefore
isolated.
they can send just about anybody.
Yeah. Because no one wants to be their pals. What
'Cause they're
about the creepy death cult gives friendship vibe?
Yeah.
Come on.
And so it is Iglamini is the one who she basically she's like, I will hold Harrow
Yeah.
to this deal.
Yeah.
Right? She is the one who's like, if you do what you're supposed to do, Gideon, you go, you be the cavalier, you come back, I will not let Harrow renege on this deal.
No.
Like, on my life.
Yep.
Which is a very touching moment, actually, for Gideon.
It is. It's good because then it kind of shows a bit of caring for Gideon. So.
Yeah. And there's a very... Because Iglamini's, talking about, I will vouchsafe the freedom of Gideon Nav.
Yeah.
And it's, Gideon couldn't think straight. A horrible dark red heat was travelling up her neck, and she knew it would go right to her cheeks if she let it. So she pulled the hood up over her head and said not a word, and couldn't look at her swordmaster at all. Poor Gideon, who has never once in her life had anybody stand up for her or express any positive feeling about her ever, is now having Iglamini be like, I will vouchsafe for her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know how to cope.
No.
Bless her.
That's so sweet. She doesn't know how to deal with emotions. She needs counselling.
Yeah.
So sweet. But yes. After this, we jump a bit to, I think they are
There's
leaving.
a lot of...
Oh, it's the training arc. Yes.
There's a lot of time skipping.
There is
yes.
a bit, because they obviously need to make Gideon able to use a cavalier sword. So it's a lot of Gideon getting ready to be the cavalier in this position.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
obviously not being happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out why I've marked this page.
Is it about the
I see.
dagger?
No, it's because Iglamini flat out admits to the fact that the Ninth House is dying.
Yeah. Yes.
She says, things are changing. I used to think we were waiting for something, and now I think we're just waiting to die.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably kind of the thing that persuades Gideon to say yes, because it's like, you either go or you
Stay
here
here and
forever.
die with everyone else.
Yeah.
And outlive everyone else. Possibly.
Yeah.
Being the youngest. But yeah.
Yeah. And probably the healthiest.
Yeah. Somehow.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Somehow
most of
in,
the
like,
rest of them are not well.
Everyone is so dead and
They're also
malnourished,
decrepit
and
yeah.
and yet
But
Gideon's
this
got
is
it going
because
on.
Gideon has spent her entire life doing pull-ups and push-ups and stuff because she has nothing else to do.
Honestly, they
Um,
don't have social media.
yeah. But yes, then
And
there's
reading
a
the smutty
training
magazines.
montage.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
some do 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 music starts. And we slowly make our way between understanding
is-
how to use.
An interesting point within the training montage, though,
Uh-huh.
because Gideon has to get used to standing behind Harrow's shoulder and
Yes.
standing there silently and not commenting and stuff. And so she is there while Harrow and Iglamini are talking about what they might be expecting from the other houses.
Yes.
And there's a very interesting conversation that they have. So Iglamini says, well, the third house will naturally be the best equipped.
Yeah.
And Harrow says,
For
and the
obvious
second
reasons.
will have spent half their lives at the front and be covered in cohort decorations. It doesn't signify. I don't care about soldiers or politicians or priests. It's a greyer house I worry about. Which is a reference to our good friends in the 6th house
Yeah.
because they wear grey.
Uh-huh.
And Harrow, having never met any of these people, already knows that her biggest threat is going to be whoever comes from the 6th house.
Yep.
Because they're smart.
And she's right.
Yeah.
And
I am. I mean, we'll get to it.
We'll get to them.
And when, in fact, I'm going to write down so I don't forget because I need to remember to say that. Yeah, she's already worried that they are going to be
the main threats to lictorhood.
Yeah. Because she is operating on the assumption that it's going to be some sort of competition.
She also immediately is pitting herself against everyone else, and I think that's because of the sheer isolation.
She has assumed that there will be potentially some amount of cooperation, but that none of them will cooperate with her, and she doesn't want them to.
No. Which is interesting, because when you're in the, like, if we ever get in the heads of the others, they might have thought a lot of more cooperation would have happened, but Harrow is immediately out for herself, which totally fair, given the circumstance. But yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Gideon is given as her offhand knuckles.
Yes.
Because Iglamini is like, you have spent your entire life using a two-handed sword. You need to learn to fight with a rapier in your main hand. And knuckles are the easiest offhand that I don't need to spend time training you in. Just, use them to parry every so often. And don't, for the love of God, block. Because you're not using a two-handed sword.
Exactly. It will not go well.
Gideon then spends most of the book basically effectively fighting with one hand tied behind her back. Not literally, but because she's so much shitter with a rapier than she is with a two-handed sword. But she does bring her two-handed sword along with her because she's smart.
Because she hides it in her trunk. She makes a choice.
Yeah.
Contraband. But yes.
There is also, as they are leaving, as Gideon and Harrow take off in their shuttle that has come for them, there's a great moment. Well, firstly, Gideon starts to cry.
Yeah.
Because she's finally actually leaving. And even though she's happy about that, it's also like everything she's ever known. Which is just emotional for her.
Yeah. Everything's changing.
Yeah.
She's getting a taste of freedom without fully being there yet.
Yeah. And Harrow also is crying. And Gideon... So I'm just going to read it. It says, "Do you want," Gideon whispered huskily, "my hanky? I want to watch you die." "Maybe, Nona Gesimus," she said with deep satisfaction. "Maybe, but you sure as hell won't do it here." Which is, of course, great foreshadowing.
And then they promptly leave for the first house. Which is interesting as well, because we then get to see Harrow acclimatizing slightly to space travel.
Yes.
Because Harrow is used to decay being all around them, and so feels physically weakened by being in space.
Harrow needs that. Necromancers do not space travel well.
No.
Because they rely on having the death energy around them, which relies on having things that were once alive around them. And in the void of space, there's not a lot of that.
No. Or so.
Which is a very fun aspect of the sort of world building.
Yeah.
I do really like the whole thalergy thing that we get. Yeah.
Don't fully understand it, but it's cool.
Thalergy is the energy that is made from a thing dying.
Yeah.
And thalergy is the energy that is made from a thing while it's alive.
Yeah.
Easy. We also get a view from space of the first house. And Gideon sees the sun,
I know.
which they
Gideon's
don't
like
really get back on the ninth house.
vitamin D deficient heavy.
And we get an interesting little moment
Yeah.
where we get the line, there were other houses that made their homelands on planets closer to the burning star of Dominicus.
Oh, yeah.
The 7th and the 6th, for instance. And this is where we're going to talk about planets. Okay?
Okay. Hit me.
Because, obviously, what we have here is our solar system.
Indeed.
Right? We have the 9th on Pluto.
Indeed.
Out on the fucking far edges, far, far, far away from the sun.
Yep.
The first house is Earth. Right?
Indeed.
And we have the 6th and the 7th being confirmed as having been closer to the sun than Earth.
Yeah.
Now, in Harrow, the 9th, not in Harrow the character, the Emperor briefly dies.
Rip.
Right? And when he dies, the star starts to expand because he is using energy constantly to stop it from expanding.
Yeah.
And to maintain the system in its like stasis.
Yep.
And when it does so, it nearly destroys the 6th house,
Yes.
which confirms that the 6th house must be Mercury or on Mercury.
Yeah.
Which is also confirmed later in this book. There's a moment where the fire alarm starts to go off. And
Yes.
Gideon and Harrow are with Palamedes and Camilla. And it talks about how they all have the same response to a fire alarm. Because they all lived underground.
Yep.
Or they all lived in like confined spaces
Yep.
where fire is like dangerous.
Dangerous, for sure.
So that leaves the 7th house obviously being Venus, which works very nicely for their whole beauty thing that they have going on.
Oh, yeah.
So then we are left with the other houses, right? We assume, with good reason, that the 2nd house is on Mars. The 2nd house are like the soldiers.
Yeah.
Mars, god of war.
It would make sense.
Closest to the 1st house.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And then that leaves us with the 4th, the 5th, the 3rd, and the 8th. The 5th, we believe, are on Jupiter, because in Harrow, there's Magnus is reading is doing poetry and talks about gaseous climes and a big red spot. Jupiter. But what we don't know, we haven't locked in the 3rd, the 4th, or the 8th. I think the 8th must be on Uranus.
Okay.
For two reasons. Firstly, it would be funny because they're assholes.
Definitely would be funny.
And secondly, because that would make them closest to the 9th house, which would explain why they
It would
maybe
explain
know
a lot
more about the 9th
Yeah.
house and how they're not.
I
meant to
always
exist.
assumed they were like physically close.
Yeah, I mean,
like right next to each other. Yeah.
relatively, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Space
relatively, yeah.
But yeah.
The idea, yeah.
And then that leaves us with what?
3rd and
Saturn and Neptune
Yeah.
for the 3rd and 4th. Which is where I get a bit, I don't know. I think that the 4th are probably on Neptune.
Okay.
Because the 3rd are like a very powerful house. So them having the 2nd biggest
like,
planet would make sense.
They're barons as well. Baron of Tyson.
Yes.
Which would, Neptune, Poseidon. Quite a high rank.
Yeah.
In that
I
sense.
can see that. And also, the 4th wear navy blue robes.
Colour.
But equally,
that could be the
house.
3rd.
the Trident
Because of
Terrii.
Trident Terrii and also Princess.
Yeah. And we know that the 4th and the 5th have like a very close political relationship.
Yep.
The 5th have basically vassalized the 4th. Like, in all but name.
Yeah.
So it would make sense if they were like
would.
neighbours and the 4th were on Saturn, but then we just don't haven't
don't
got enough
know.
information to lock in yet. And even the 8th being on Uranus isn't like 100%. I mean, it makes sense.
It
but
would
it's
make
not
sense,
100%.
but yeah.
It also makes sense if, for Ortis's mother Glorica, having been from the 8th house.
They're nearby. easier transportation, kind of.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. We don't really know, but because I've scoured and nobody on the internet knows for sure. There's most of that is pretty like locked in by the community, but it's the 3rd and the 4th, and to some extent the 8th that we don't have like confirmation of. The 6th and 7th and the 1st and the 9th are like definite.
Oh yeah.
The 2nd is like pretty sure. The 5th is like pretty sure.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
It would make sense, especially for the 2nd.
Yeah.
To be, House of the Crimson Shield, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense for them to be Mars.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you're thinking about it in terms of, like, the 2nd house being the second one to have been, like, formed, then it would make sense that they would claim the next easiest planet to colonize.
For sure. Interesting.
So, who knows? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's just a locked-in theory.
A locked-in theory.
We also get an interesting line from Harrow as they're approaching. So they're looking out the window. And Harrow says, "This planet's unbelievable." Gideon says, "It's gorgeous." And then Harrow says, "It's a grave."
Yep.
Okay. You ready for even more fucking theory?
I have a theory as well, so please
Okay.
hit me, please.
So, shortly after this moment that we're going to get to soon, we meet Teacher.
Yeah.
Right? And one of the things that Teacher says is he warns the various heirs and cavaliers, necromancers and cavaliers that have come, that the Canaan house is haunted.
Yes.
Right? And he talks
Indeed.
about I think he says something about 10,000 million, right?
Yep.
And he talks about the greatest necromantic sin. Mm-hmm. Right? He says there are 10,000 million souls of the dead.
Yep.
And that they are haunting Canaan House.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, again, we're jumping forward to Nona here.
Yeah.
We know from Nona that John, the Emperor,
caused
killed Earth and then
basically
resurrected it.
Yep. Casually.
Like, he didn't resurrect everybody.
No. He only resurrected a select amount of people.
And this is in like a not too distant, presumably, future.
Yeah.
Where 10 billion is a reasonable population for the Earth to have achieved.
Oh,
not
yeah,
that far off. 10,000 million. 10 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are 10 billion souls trapped on the first house. Specifically trapped in Canaan House.
Yep.
Okay? Mm-hmm. This is why Kytheria, spoilers, is here.
Yep.
Right? Because she doesn't give a shit about any of these necromancers or cavaliers.
No.
But she does give a shit about
John.
Hurting John.
Yes. She
she is
fucking pissed
angry
at John.
him. Mm-hmm. And she wants to inflict pain upon him.
Yes.
And so she turns up with the intention of releasing these 10 billion souls and wreaking havoc on the system. And do you know what? I think she fucking succeeds.
I think so too.
Because we also get...
there's a door left open.
The 8th. Right? Think about the 8th. The 8th house. We have Silas and we have Column. Column is the cavalier. And he lets Silas siphon his soul for power. And while Silas is siphoning his soul, his body is left empty. And Teacher specifically says, do not do that in the labs under the main structure, because it's not safe down there, because that's where the 10,000 billion souls are.
Yeah.
Right? And so, presumably, the siphoning thing happens a few times in Canaan House. Obviously, we don't follow the 8th, so we don't know, but we know of at least one instance where it happens. And Column is not possessed. He is fine. Well, relatively.
Right. Yeah. Is he fine?
But at the end of the book, or nearer the end of the book, when Ianthe becomes a lictor,
the eye thing.
Silas siphons him, and Column is fucking possessed.
Yeah. Because
there's now 10 billion souls hanging around.
Yeah. It was like
that weren't
described
there before.
It was like described like the black veins and like worms under his skin
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
got, yeah.
Oh.
Tongues coming out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's all of these angry souls trying to, and one
Yeah.
body that they can try and get into.
We also know that Protosolaus is a body being puppeteered by Kytheria.
Yes.
Right? He's empty. There's no souls in there.
Nothing in there.
But he does not get possessed.
Because she knows how to stop them getting possessed.
But
I
also,
feel.
right, she keeps sending him into the facility on his own. Mm-hmm. And he
Pulling
has the
people
key
out.
to the facility when they find his body later. Why would she be sending him on his own?
If not to pull people out or start to
Well-
crack a door.
She has to keep up appearances, right?
Yeah.
As being like a
Yeah.
sick per Dulcinea.
Uh-huh.
And so she's like, I'm just going to sit about and read romance novels all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to puppeteer you. You're going to go in there and you're going to find that whatever the fucking door it is and open it and let out all these fucking souls. Because that's what's going to hurt John.
Exactly.
And she knows that John won't come into the system. He can't because the resurrection beast will fucking find him again.
Yep.
But he'll sit there and he'll fucking watch, and he'll have to sit there and fucking watch while these 10 billion
Those
souls of the angry dead destroy his system.
Yeah.
Because if he comes in, he'll get got.
Yeah.
That's why she's there. That's why it's a fucking tomb.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, one could argue, a locked tomb.
Exactly. Because it's
Dun,
locked
dun,
in time.
dun!
It's locked in time as well.
Yeah.
Because that's his whole thing. I am fully convinced that it is completely locked in time, and so is kind of the sun's expansion. They've
Yes.
completely locked. They've got a door. They've locked it shut. But she's got two little like needles, and she's poking holes in.
Yeah,
in
she
the
just needs
system.
to crack it open
She
just right enough.
Exactly.
And it also makes sense then why in Nona in particular, things are going quite badly for the Emperor.
Exactly. Because things are starting to be free that shouldn't be free.
Yeah.
Yeah. That are a threat to him and his power. And
Yeah.
there isn't just one locked tomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
We know that obviously Electo was locked up on the Ninth House.
Exactly.
And also, yeah, because it must be in Nona, after the resurrection, Electo specifically mentions, or Harrow / Electo / Nona that John's talking to in all of his chapters, specifically mentions something about that they weren't all there after the resurrection. Something was
Yes.
missing.
Something wasn't right.
Because he took 10 billion souls and trapped them there.
Yep.
For some reason. That's what I'm not
For some
entirely clear on. And that's also why in Nona, the fucking river is going crazy.
Yep.
And there's the tower and all that shit. Is
It's
because...
because he's losing grip.
Yeah, he's losing control
Yeah.
because of these 10 billion souls that are now free,
Yeah, free.
and wreaking havoc
Yeah.
on the fucking system. And they're right here in the first like 50 fucking pages of the book, we have Harrow going, "Oh, it's a fucking grave." I mean, obviously she doesn't know, but Tamsyn bloody fucking knows.
Exactly. Oh, so good.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
Stuff that I did not pick up on the first.
Oh
time.
God, no.
Not at all.
No.
And then they land, and Gideon puts on her sunglasses.
Gets all stoic behind Harrow, and we
Yep.
meet a bunch of the people from the other houses.
Yeah.
And-
well, we hear
Yes.
that 2 of the shuttles have been delayed because of discrepancies.
Yeah.
The shuttles of the 3rd and the 7th, specifically. The 3rd because there's 3 of them and there's only meant to be 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because both Ianthe and Coronabeth have come because they are twins.
Yes.
And the 7th because Dulcinea is ill. That's the reason, supposedly.
Bum, bum, bum.
But actually, it's because Dulcinea's not Dulcinea.
Exactly. But rather has been
Cytherea.
has been get got by Cytherea.
Yeah. Cytherea killed her killed Protesilaus first.
Tried to convince
tortured
her
a bunch of information
Yeah.
out of Dulcinea, and then killed her.
Yeah. And unbeknownst to her, didn't get full information about relationships that Dulcinea had with other people of the houses.
Yep.
That won't come up later. Because we meet some of the best
Dulcinea
characters.
collapses.
And Gideon's like, oh,
Gideon runs over to help.
how's it going, pretty lady? And they are whisked in to Canaan House. And we are...
Which is a
Yeah.
big old mouldy fucking mansion place.
Mouldy mansion in the middle of this planet.
Yeah.
And they are all brought to a dinner? Question mark? Or is it just like a prayer situation?
There's just sort of like a meeting. They just sort of hang out. And,
yes, because it's the keys.
Teacher gives them all a key. One for each cavalier. Actually, not even a key ring. There's no keys on it yet, so they don't initially obviously know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do. Harrow works out right off the fucking bat. Gideon's like, oh, a circle.
Oh, a circle. Yay! I love shapes and colours. But yes, they all get given keys that will open doors around Canaan House to obviously do some trials, get some knowledge, but that's obviously not told to them outright.
Yeah.
It's kind of left under a bit of wraps.
What teacher does say is he specifies cavaliers, if your adept is found wanting, you have failed. If you're found wanting, your adept has failed. And if one or both is wanting, then we will not ask you to wreck your lives against this impossible task. Right off the bat, he's like, you need both of you.
Exactly. If
And
you're
Harrow
not a team.
fucking ignores that.
Yep. Harrow's like, I don't want to deal with...
I'm really good at necromancy. I'll be fine.
I'm the best. I'm gonna go.
Which isn't even true.
Nah. Not even true.
I think Harrow is probably the most powerful necromancer of her generation.
Because
she's
obvious reasons.
200 fucking baby souls inside her.
Exactly. Casual baby souls.
She's not the most... She's not the best.
She's not technique heavy. She's not the best.
Like she's really good.
She's really good, but she's not as good.
She's got like an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
she's got like steroids.
Yeah, exactly. She's
doesn't even know it.
She's been to the necromancy gym and she hasn't even known it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has like a little bit of a boost.
Yeah. She herself is a little toon. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, they get given the keys.
And teacher gives them one rule. We ask that you never open a locked door unless you have permission. And that's how some of them get their keys, is because they ask him,
can I open the door, please?
for permission.
Yeah. May I?
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, that's it. We're not going to teach you anything because we don't know anything.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
And then, right at the end of Act 1, the shuttles are all pushed off the landing platform.
Yep.
And fall into the ocean below. And then we're in Act 2.
Yep. Gideon falls asleep.
And Gideon falls asleep.
Just so we know that she's getting her 8 hours. You know?
We do also get a brilliant moment where it's dark and Gideon goes, the lights are broken, and Harrow's like, no, it's night.
It's night time. You dumb.
In fact, what she says is, it's night, you tool.
Yep.
Because the planet spins faster than the Ninth House does. And then in Act 2, we immediately discover that Harrow has fucked off and left Gideon on her own.
Casual.
Yeah. She's left a note that says, don't talk to anybody, I have taken the ring.
Fix your face, idiot. A bunch of notes are around the little apartment that they've been given. To kind of just be like, you have to keep up appearances, you need to paint your face, you need to come across as like the perfect ninth house nun.
He says, do not try to find me. I am working. Keep your head down and stay out of trouble. I reiterate the order that you do not talk to anybody. To clarify, anybody is a word that refers to any person alive or dead.
I respect the fuck out of that.
I also we get the line, Gideon said aloud, your parents must have been so relieved to die.
Yeah. I mean...
And so, Gideon goes exploring on her own. Meets Magnus.
Oh!
Blessed Magnus.
Blessed Magnus. Best
Love
accent.
Magnus. Yes, they're Welsh in the audiobook, aren't they?
They're delightfully Welsh.
And, of course, also meets
Yes!
what Gideon calls the loathsome teens.
Oh! No,
from the fourth
Magnus. I in the audiobook, I was absolutely fucking living. Because it was this really stoic Gideon voice and then, no, Magnus, just stop talking about it. Don't mention us, Magnus. It was so fucking hilarious. But yes.
Yeah.
Magnus immediately tries to be kind of like friendly and...
He just wants to be friends.
Magnus just wants to get on with everyone. He loves his wife and he just wants friends.
He really loves his wife and he wants to be friends.
Exactly.
That's the extent of him.
That
I love
is
him for it.
Magnus Quinn. Delightful.
And he cooks.
And the perfect man.
Truly.
He just wants a little house party, and he gets one. Badly.
Yeah.
But yes. We start to meet the other characters, which is fantastic. We get Magnus Gwyn, we get Isaac, and their cavalier, I forget their name.
Jean-Mary.
Jean-Mary. Ah, yes.
Jean-Mary.
Jean-Mary.
And then Gideon, while exploring in the dark, hears people coming and hides.
Oh,
and
yes.
Here's a conversation between the third house.
This is the kind of first impression we get of the third house, which is delightful. Gideon...
We immediately get Nibirius being a money cow.
Oh, yeah.
Ianthe having none of it, and Corona Beth being...
Corona Beth.
Yeah.
And Ianthe being herself as well. Because they're having a wee argument. Babs says something to defend one of them, and they both immediately gang up on Babs. Which is hilarious. But then we have the... I'm trying to find the line.
Ianthe's making fun of Corona Beth, as she is wont to do. And Nibirius tries to defend Corona Beth, and then both Corona Beth and Ianthe are like, shut the fuck up.
You better grovel.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's also some very interesting lines.
Yes.
So we have, for example, Corona Beth, although she's described as the bright twin because Gideon has looked at them, and Corona Beth is described as being very golden and colourful, and Ianthe is like
sickly,
sulky and grey.
Yeah, your typical necromancer.
The second twin was as though the first had been taken to pieces and put back together without any genius. Yeah. It's yes, it's almost like Ianthe looks like an actual necromancer and Corona Beth doesn't.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh. I wonder why.
So we have, I think the Bright Twin was saying that it's a hell of a lot better than sticking us in a room and playing who's the best necromancer. Or worse, loading us up with old scrolls and having us translate rituals for hours and hours on end. Yes, it would have been unfortunate, agreed her sister placidly, considering it would have demonstrated within the first 5 minutes that you're completely thick. And when you first read this book, you're like, oh, okay, it's just sisters bullying each other.
Yeah. But in actuality...
In actuality, is Ianthe being incredibly unsubtle
Yeah.
about the fact that Corona Beth is not a necromancer.
Exactly.
Has precisely zero power.
Nope.
But has been... They have both been pretending for years that they are both necromancers. Ianthe has been covering for them both on the orders of their parents. And it's all a lie.
Everything's a lie.
Yeah.
And
we also get...
yep.
We should be celebrating if we're being honest with ourselves, the pallid girl continued, since the already poorly hidden fact of you being a great big bimbo would have come to light so quickly that it would have broken the sound barrier.
Yep.
And then, Gideon, from her hiding spot, so sure she's hidden, but Ianthe stays back for a second, and it's... she looks straight into the darkness instead, the deep shadows hid around the stairwell. Gideon knew that she was completely hidden, hooded, invisible, but she felt herself pressing backward anyway, away from that pale, washed-out gaze, which was staring with discomforting accuracy straight at her. "This is not a clever path to start down," she said softly. "I would not attract attention from the necromancer of the third house."
Yep.
Again, incredibly unsubtle.
I also just love the visual of everyone. It looks quite semi-normal, and you've got Gideon who's in like nun attire, completely like
Skull painted onto her face,
skulking around the shadows of this place, and then it's just such a funny visual to me that she thinks she's so sneaky.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think she probably is.
She probably
hidden.
is. Yeah.
I don't think Ianthe can see her.
No.
But Ianthe can probably
feel her.
Yeah.
Because
Ianthe is a necromancer
just
and can feel the like life around her.
Yeah. Also, is this...
Which is why she's able to look directly at her. Because like I say, she probably can't actually fucking see.
I'm trying to remember if... Because I remember Gideon calling Ianthe repellent at one point, and I thought that was hilarious as well. I can't remember if it's in here. But yeah. We continue from here that Harrow is still missing.
Yep.
Just around, and Gideon is once again still exploring all over the place.
She goes and has lunch. She meets the 8th house, who immediately ask her to leave.
Yeah. Which is fair, because that's terrifying.
Yeah, but it's also because they're cunts.
Yeah.
If you pardon the French.
That is also true.
They're just assholes. Well, Silas in particular is an asshole.
Silas, yeah.
I also would like to just remind you here, Silas is 16.
Yeah.
Does he not perfectly exemplify a 16-year-old who has
twatty.
far too much of an ego?
Yeah. That is a high schooler, if I've ever seen one. That's a popular boy in high school. It's a popular kid.
Not even that. No, I don't think popular. I think somebody who has been told by his parents for his whole life,
"You're so special.
That he is so special and perfect and smart and better than everybody else."
Good.
Yeah.
And so just has this
I don't think he's popular at all.
No.
This is not the sort of person who would have any friends.
This is kind of like wet.
Yeah.
You know, they're kind of slimy. Kind of personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only person he hangs around with is literally his uncle. And is entirely because, like, Colin has to spend time with him. Do you know what I mean?
They're kind of, it's like buying your child a friend.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's basically what's happening here. And Gideon starts to call him the mayonnaise uncle.
Yes! Oh! I miss Gideon.
And then she goes and finds Dulcinea on her own in a greenhouse.
Totally not up to anything.
And definitely not up to anything. And Dulcinea, quote unquote Dulcinea,
immediately
is like, "I want to see your eyes.
I want to see your eyes.
For reasons. I assume you have pretty eyes, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm just going to flirt with you until you take your sunglasses off."
Take them off, babe. Yeah.
And then Gideon takes off her sunglasses and shows Dulcinea her eyes, which are, of course, gold. Unlike literally anybody else in the universe, except for one other person.
Yep. A big old guy in the sky who can't...
Well, technically, I guess they were his eyes, but now they're Electo's eyes, because they've swapped, right? Because he has black eyes.
True.
Right, because he got Electo's eyes. Electo had gold eyes. And now Gideon has gold eyes. Cytherea looks at those eyes and goes, "Ha!"
What the fuck? Yeah.
And in fact, what she says is, "Oh, singular." As in, "Oh, those are unique."
Yeah. Oh,
There's
I've
only
only ever
one
seen
person
them
those could
once
have come
before.
from.
This is unusual.
Yeah. Because Dulcinea, Cytherea, was part of the whole plot that we learn about in Harrow, which was his remaining lictors wanting to overthrow him by using a sex party to get his DNA, and then using that DNA to make a baby, because his DNA is what you need to be able to open the locked tomb and release Electo, and they thought they'd failed.
Yep.
So, but now, Cytherea discovers,
and is super excited by this fact, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And proceeds to spend quite a lot of time with Gideon.
And also kind of susses out immediately that Gideon is also not the Cavalier. Probably in this chapter, because she gets her to stand with the sword. And it's like...
Yeah, she specifically says, Gideon the Ninth, are you used to a heavier
that's
sword?
it. I was trying to find it. Fighting skyward. Yeah. Yeah. Because she stands with it like you would a long sword.
Yes, she stands with it wrong. Because she's used to holding a long sword, not a rapier.
Yes. And then we have a little bit of skippy time.
Yeah, there's a few days of time skip.
Go by.
We don't see Harrow, but Gideon knows that she has been around because the clothes move and her bed sheets move. Yeah.
All that good stuff.
And Gideon bumps into Corona, who invites her to the a sparring match that she has organised between the various Cavaliers, or some of the Cavaliers. And so Gideon goes along, having I think Jean-Mary has just beaten Magnus.
Yeah. And so they are kind of like, well, the Ninth, you step in and fight someone.
Magnus is like, oh, there you go, Jean-Mary. There's somebody who could, like,
that's it.
actually challenge you.
Yeah.
And Jean-Mary's like, no, don't talk about me.
No, Magnus, no.
Yeah.
I love them
classic,
so much.
Yep. And then instead, Gideon fights Nibirius.
Yes. And...
Oh, no, does she fight? No, she doesn't fight Magnus.
No, is it Babs? Nibirius, yeah. I thought it was Babs.
I know she definitely... No, she fights Magnus first, beats him, and then fights Nibirius.
Then, yes, there we go.
That's what it is. That's why I was confused. So yeah, she beats Magnus and then is beaten by Nibirius. But after she's beaten, she does punch him.
Yeah.
Which is very funny and entirely deserved.
Yeah. Magnus, potatoes are vegetable, Magnus. Yeah. And also, isn't like Babs like not okay with it, but like Ianthe's just like be stoic.
He's not okay with anything.
Yeah, no, he's never okay with anything. Look at him.
He's a whiny little.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But then we also get the delightful bit of turning to see Harrow watching from the doorway.
Yeah.
In this absolutely swish of black.
Yeah.
Like fabric.
Harrow be like, no, you didn't see me.
Yep. Oh, you didn't see me? Absolutely massive like outfit on.
Yeah.
I don't know why I imagine like ball gown level detail going into that scene.
I suspect there's probably a lot of like
there's a lot of layers.
A lot of robe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then again we get some time skipping.
Yeah. And we get some time with teacher.
we get Gideon has to put up with teacher
Teacher.
because she can't tell him to go away.
Yeah. Like, how do you tell someone who just talks to you? It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Leaving
Yes.
leaving the note, what's with all these skulls, only to receive a terse ambience.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fantastic. A lot of notes are being left for their only kind of communication. But yes.
Yeah. And she spends more time with Dulcinea as well.
Yes.
And we do get an interesting moment at one point where Frutisolaus turns up while Dulcinea is with Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
And all he says is, "It's shut."
Yep.
And there's no context given for that.
Uh-huh.
But as we were talking about earlier, I think we can guess.
I think we can
probably is
guess.
shut.
Exactly. What might be
Yeah.
interesting. Yes.
And then one day Gideon wakes up and realizes that Harrow's bed hasn't
Been slept in.
changed shape. It's not been slept in.
Mm-hmm.
And no more clothes have been put into the laundry hamper.
Yep.
And then we get Gideon cogitated. 1. Harrow had been
Yep.
prevented from coming home for reasons, e.g. that part 1 she was dead, 2 she was impaired, or 3 she was busy. 2. Harrow had chosen to live elsewhere, leaving Gideon free to put her shoes on Harrow's bed and indiscriminately rifle through all her things.
Yes.
Or 3. Harrow had run away.
A girl can dream.
But Gideon immediately assumes that it's number 1, which is that Harrow cannot come home rather than has run away. And there's a great point where she says that Harrow being dead was contingent on either the world's happiest accident or murder.
Yeah.
And if it was murder, what if the murderer was like weird, which would make their subsequent marriage to Gideon pretty awkward. Maybe they could just swap friendship bracelets, which of course she does later get a friendship bracelet
Yeah.
from Ianthe, which is beautiful.
Uh-huh. So fucking good.
So she assumes instead that Harrow is impaired
Yes.
and unable to get back to her. So she goes around looking for her.
She investigates. Only
Um,
to come across
she comes across the 6th.
the 6th.
The best.
Camilla disengage.
Two.
Which is a fucking great way to introduce Camilla.
Well, first, we actually get introduced to Camilla because Gideon hears them talking to each other.
Yes.
And Palamedes is like postulating things. And Camilla's just going, impossible,
impossible.
Warden. Improbable
Probable
Warden. Inexplicable Warden. Indubitable Warden. Because she's just
Two are
having
the
fun.
best.
And then
I fucking love them.
yeah, they're great.
Indubitable.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then Gideon moves slightly too close, and Camilla's fucking on her,
Yeah.
attacking, and winning, very much winning.
Yeah.
There's one point where what is it? They were fighting in close, cramped quarters, and Gideon was getting pinned. She smashed the other girl's offhand out of the way and into the wall, scattering loose glass tiles in its wake as it fell. Her opponent dropped as though shot, crouched, kicked her dagger up into her hand, and did a handspring backwards down the stairs.
Casual.
It's
Absolute
Camilla's
cash.
so skilled.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And then, yes, Palamedes has to tell her to disengage.
Disengage.
Because she's going to kill her. And then
Indubitably.
I love how quickly
Yes.
Camilla goes from goofing off to murder.
Right? The absolute switch to business
Just like
is insane.
No pause. It's like I'm fucking around. It's just me and Palamedes, and then somebody else is there, and she's
My
like,
boy.
kill.
Yeah.
And then
Totally not prepared for war in the slightest.
Palamedes is like, yeah, she's down through this hatch, obviously.
Yeah. She's not doing very well.
Her blood's down there. Gideon immediately tries to open the door, the hatch, and Palamedes is like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you're not gonna be able to do this," because she's got the key, and then Gideon at that point realizes that keys were a thing. About 50 pages after everybody else
Gideon
realizes
so
that the keys were a
dumb.
thing. She's not smart.
No.
Bless her. She's just not thinking really about any of this.
She's like, where is my big sword? And she doesn't care about much else, and it's fabulous. She's just doing the situation, you know? Oh.
Yeah.
It's delightful. Anyway, they go down and they find Harrow not doing so well. So Palamedes kind of launches into action, seeing... And they just, like, whip out their battle medicine kind of know-how, which is incredibly impressive. Because these are trained, like, medics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just... Then you can also just see Gideon going, what is saline?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I do like as well that it's like, there's they find a bone cocoon.
Oh, the bone cocoon.
And it's... Before Palamedes and Camilla could stop her, Gideon strode up and gave it an enormous kick.
Yeah.
And then they do some medicine on her.
Yeah. And take her up back into her room.
Yeah. But,
yes.
so they take her up and out.
Mm-hmm.
Palamedes is quite impressed because she...
was able to...
what is it? She would have pushed too hard and experienced a rapid drop in blood pressure and heart rate. Likely fainted, woke up, made this. This is incredible. I can't even. Then she fell asleep.
Yep.
It's all one piece. No wonder she's out. Is this normal for her? So it's like, right, like, Palamedes is like, wow, okay. I mean, this is impressive necromancy. To have fainted, woken up, done this necromancy, and then fainted again, and not be dead.
Exactly. Nuts.
Yeah. And then, yes, they lift her up through the hatch.
Mm-hmm. And
then...
we get a good bit of rage baiting from Palamedes.
Well, firstly, Gideon says, I owe you one. And it was Camilla who said, in her quiet, curiously deep voice, he did it for free. Because,
he is the healthcare
system.
system.
And then...
Palamedes sexist, the NHS.
He says, I'm the greatest necromancer of my generation.
I love a good rage bait.
To which Harrow responds, like hell you are. Thought that would wake her up, said Palamedes with no small amount of satisfaction.
I'm off.
Well, I'm off. Palamedes telling the fucking truth right there.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
He is definitely
Palamedes is
the greatest necromancer of his generation.
Oh, yeah.
Undeniable.
From the things that happen
than Harrow.
in the next book. What happens to
him.
In
this book, too.
What he's able to accomplish.
He is definitely...
Without
I think if
1,000 babies in him.
If he had 200.
200. Without 200 babies.
If he and Harrow had the same, amount of, necromantic power, just energy level wise, he would be outclassing her no problem.
Absolutely.
Because, firstly, she has grown up on the Ninth. He has grown up studying necromancy properly.
Exactly.
But also, she's been she's never had to push. She's never had to really, really learn.
Yeah.
Because she's got so much fucking raw power in her that a lot of it comes easy to her.
Yeah.
And so, he's just better, and it's incredible. He makes all of the conclusions she makes, hours before she makes them.
Yeah. And he stands on business. He has some severe lines he will not cross because he just understands things to a point better than Harrow probably does.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's a better necromancer and just a better person.
And a better person, morally.
He has morals.
Yeah.
All that Harrow cares about is trying to rejuvenate the Ninth House.
Exactly.
He cares about people.
That's a GP.
And that makes him just better. Yeah. Yes. She's like a private dentist.
Yes. Private dentist only deals with
is
bones.
the entire NHS.
An entire NHS system. Yep. Oh.
And that's why the Sixth House are the best.
Yep.
Bless them.
Bless them.
Anyway.
Yes.
Harrow is angry at Gideon for, letting the Sixth House help her.
Yeah.
And for helping her.
Yeah.
And then finally, because, Gideon basically has her trapped, has to agree to, tell Gideon some things. Shows her the map that she drew on the first night they were here.
Mm-hmm.
And marked where all the doors are and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Indeed.
It's
a lot of sketching out and revealing of actual insight into what the place is doing.
Yeah, it's let's be clear here, you'd counted 200 doors before the first morning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure that Sextus started a mere 2 hours after me.
Yeah. Got right down to business.
The difference being, of course, that Palamedes had Camilla helping him.
Yeah.
Because he actually believes in teamwork.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work in the Sixth.
Yeah. And she does say, I'm not at all sure about the third.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the great irony, of course, right, in Gideon the Ninth, is that for most of it, you're assuming that it's going to be Harrow or Palamedes who does it first, who achieves lictorhood first.
Yeah.
And the whole time, neither one of them is paying any attention to Ianthe, who's actually just doing all the necromantic work.
Yeah, because I'd totally getting away with it.
Oh yeah, none of them fucking notice.
Following them around and keeping tabs on everyone. Incredible work. And finding, because Ianthe's the one that finds the door no one's found yet, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, she must. Yes, because she has keys
that no one else has.
The rest don't and stuff. And solves lictorhood before any of them do.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, Palamedes solves it pretty quick. He's just unwilling.
He's just unwilling to do it. Yeah. More.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Gideon persuades Harrow to,
let her in.
Let her help.
Uh-huh. It's Gideon Nav talking time.
Yes.
And kind of just...
Then, the quote that we get, that is Harrow repeating exactly what teacher said to her, is, down there resides the sum of all necromantic transgression, the unperceivable howl of 10,000 billion unfed ghosts who will hear each echoed footstep as defilement. They would not even be satisfied if they tore you apart. The space beyond that door is profoundly haunted in ways I cannot say, and by means you won't understand. And you may die by violence, or you may simply lose your soul.
Holy
that's
shit.
The line.
Simply lose your soul.
which Gideon translates as, teacher said that the facility was chocker with ghosts and you might die.
Chocker.
Surprise, my tenebrous overlord, said Gideon. Ghosts and you might die is my middle name. Yeah.
Ghosts and you might die is my middle name.
It's incredible.
Damn it, Gideon.
And then they go to transference/winnowing, which is one of the laboratories in the facility, one of the experiments.
The first kind of major trial of the book.
Which is basically 2 rooms with a wall in between them.
Yes.
And if you're in, 3 rooms, sort of. There's 2 rooms with a wall in between them and then a room that connects the 2.
Yes.
And if you're in one of the rooms, you have to put your hand on a panel, and while your hand's on the panel closes around your hand so you can't move. And something happens in the other room.
Uh-huh.
And Harrow has been trying this alone by sending a
bunch of skeletons,
hundreds of bone constructs into the other room to try and find out what's going on, and they keep dying. So then Gideon goes in.
Yeah, casual. It's put me in there, boss.
Without Harrow knowing.
Yeah. And it becomes evidently clear. We Gideon gets attacked by this massive construct that pulls out of kind of like organs and liquids and nasties.
She watches because Harrow makes her not go in, and we get the brilliant line,
Yes!
the arms kind of look like swords.
I want to fight it. You want to fight it? Yup. Because it looks like a little like swords. Yup.
Yeah.
I love Gideon.
And then Harrow makes her watch some more, and then Gideon just goes in without permission. And then Harrow realizes that what she's supposed to do is
As Gideon. We're
hop
in
into
Gideon's eyes.
Gideon's brain and see through her eyes.
Which feels crazy. Knowing Lictorhood and this being the first trial, it's like, whoa.
It's not necessarily the first trial. I don't think there's any
I don't think this is the
set
first
order
trial.
to them.
But like this
It's
being the
just
first
that this
one
is
they
the one
encounter.
that Harrow's doing.
Yeah. That this is just, oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Yeah.
For the first one.
Testing your ability to, you know, put your brain somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be able to be a lictor.
Exactly. Craziness.
Yeah.
Yes. But and we also get the great line, I imagine, because Harrow is going to be in Gideon's mind, and so tries to get them to be like no thoughts, concentrate. And Gideon says the line, I imagined Crux but once when I was 12. It's delightful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and she's very worried about Harrow
yes.
reading her thoughts.
Exactly.
And Harrow's like, I can't do that.
I can't do that. That's not a thing.
And then it's like, I wish I could, but I can't. And then she collapses.
Yeah.
And Gideon's like, see, if you let me go in there with my
Longsword.
it would be
Exactly.
fine.
I'd be able to do this.
And Harrow's like, oh, well, you don't even have your longsword. And Gideon's like, yeah, sure, I don't even have my longsword.
Gideon's such a bad liar.
It works.
It
but
works.
That's just because Harrow's not paying attention.
Yeah.
And then
Then we get...
they get invited to dinner.
They don't even...
They get invited to Magnus and Abigail's anniversary dinner.
Oh!
Which is, you know,
And Harrow doesn't want to
an
go.
awkward occurrence.
Yeah.
But Gideon persuades her.
To go. Because she wants dessert. And totally not because she wants friends. And because Magnus is great.
Yeah. She just wants good food
She just wants good foods. So yes, they all come together for a lovely, not tense meal. For Magnus Quinn and the wife, Lady Abigail.
Abigail Pent.
Abigail Pent. And everyone is surprised that they came.
Yeah.
But even
I do feel like we need to point out Magnus's incredible joke. Because he says, what do Marta II, Naberius III, Jean-Mary IV, Magnus V, Camilla VI, Protesilaus VII, Column VIII, and Gideon the Ninth all have in common? The same middle name. Which Coronabeth finds fucking hilarious, which is just incredible.
You know what? Me fucking too, Magnus. That, honestly.
We get... Coronabeth laughed so hard that she had to honk her beautiful nose into a napkin. Someone was explaining the joke to the salt and pepper priest, one of the three priests of the first, who, when they got it, said, "Oh, which started Corona off again."
Yeah. Corona's just happy to be there.
She really is. She's just vibing.
She's absolutely. She's just like.
I mean, she spends most of this book like just organising social events.
Honestly, she's in her element.
Yeah. She's doing
she's
politics
a party
and
planner.
being friendly with people.
Yeah. This is what... Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah. It's incredible. We also get Dulcinea. Sort of. Supposedly Dulcinea. Asking Abigail Pent lots of questions about her research. Because Abigail is a historian.
Yep.
Specifically of the immediate post-resurrection period. which is, of course, of interest
Yeah.
to Dulcinea Kitteria.
For normal reasons.
Yeah, very,
Hey.
very normal reasons.
And not that she's scared of getting got.
Yeah, she immediately... Because up until this point, Kitteria has been very chill, right? She's just been sending Princess Lois into the fucking facility to try and release the souls and hanging out.
Yeah.
And it is only after this point that she starts fucking murdering people.
Yeah.
And she murders, spoilers,
She murders
Abigail and Magnus because she,
is
after this dinner,
scared of
is
them.
like, oh shit, she's a threat.
Yeah. Yeah,
She
she
might
didn't
be able
clock.
to identify me,
Yeah.
and I can't let that happen. But she hadn't clocked it before because she wasn't paying attention,
Yeah.
which is incredible.
Yeah. All while being hidden by a conversation about Gideon's biceps.
And the fact that Ianthe had to be born by presumably C-section
Yes.
because
Corona was taking all of the...
had removed my source of oxygen. I think it was like something
Yep.
about things being wound around other things.
Yep.
Uh,
And
yeah.
obviously...
And then there's a lot of questions about Gideon's biceps.
Typical.
Yeah.
By Isaac, and I just love. But
We also get the fucking horrible line from Dulcinea. I liked that dinner, said Lady Septimus with deep satisfaction. It was useful.
yes, it's
And you're like, oh, you motherfucker!
you motherfucker, you have basically just been like, oh, I see what I need to do now. Mwahaha.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm like, you can't just...
And there's the very unfortunate moment shortly after, because Dulcinea's standing talking to Gideon. And she's talking and she says, she trailed off. They were both silent in that pause's pregnant wake, listening to the polite and impolite after-dinner chatter all around them, the clatter of skeletons with used-up knives and forks. Into that white noise came Palamedes, who was, weirdly enough, bearing a full teacup on a tray. He proffered it to the weary Lady of the Seventh, who looked at him with frank interest.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you awfully, Master Warden, she said. If she had looked at him with interest, he looked at her with, well, he looked at her thin and filmy dress and her swell-jointed fingers and at her curls and the crest of her jaw until Gideon felt hell of embarrassed being anywhere near that expression. It was very intense and focused curiosity. There wasn't a hint of smoulder in it, not really, but it was a look that peeled skin and looked through flesh. His eyes were like lustrous grey stone. Gideon didn't know she could be as completely composed as Dulcinea under that same look. Palamedes said lightly, I'm ever at your service, Lady Septimus. Then he gave a small trim bow like a waiter, adjusted his spectacles, and abruptly turned tail. And if you know, then you're like, oh,
Yeah, you
that's,
can't help
that's
but
the
feel
moment where he
awful.
knows for sure
Yeah.
that that's not Dulcinea.
Yep.
If you don't know, then you immediately get distracted by what comes after that, which is, well, thought Gideon, watching him slide back into the crowd. Hell. Then she remembered that the Sixth have a weirdo fascination with medical science,
Yep.
and probably found chronic illness as appealing as a pair of tight shorts. And then she thought,
Yep.
well, hell.
It's...
Yeah.
So many hints are dropped, and
Yeah.
then we've just got Gideon, glazing over it, because they're not reading into the situation.
She knows fucking
And it's
nothing.
She knows absolutely nothing of what's going on around her. It's so impressive.
Yeah. And then Harrow is like, right, we got to go do that trial because
We've got to go trial.
now we know that,
Yeah.
the 5th and the 8th are definitely
catching
also
up.
doing shit and catching up.
Yeah.
And so they do it again, and Harrow hops into Gideon's fucking eyes.
They
and
sure do.
They destroy the thing together, and they get a new key. And Gideon says that she saw lights when she was fighting it. Bright spots where you told me to hit, a glowing halo. Is that what you meant by Thanergetic signature?
Yes.
And Harrow says...
Crazy.
Do you mean that there were things in the skeleton framework? Mechanical lights, perhaps? Dyed segments? Gideon says, no, they were just googly areas of light. I couldn't really see them properly. I only saw them toward the end when you were messing around. Harrow says, that's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon, I'm not lying. No, I'm just saying that shouldn't have been possible, Harrow said.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because Gideon
shouldn't
who
be
she
able
is.
to see that.
Yeah.
Gideon should not be able to have the power to be able to see that.
She shouldn't have any amount of fucking necromantic oomph. But
Exactly.
She does.
She does.
Yeah. And then Harrow compliments her about how good a fighter she is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really awkward. And then they're like, okay. And they that brings us to the end of Act 2, when they find the crumpled up bodies of Magnus and Abigail.
Magnus and Abigail.
At the bottom of the ladder up to the...
Indeed.
Down to the
Dulcinea
facility.
has done away with them.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for part 1 of our discussion of Gideon the Ninth. Catch the rest of our thoughts in part 2, which will be available in your podcast feeds soon.
Thank you for joining us here at the Tavern. Phoenix, where can our listeners find you outside the podcast?
You can find me at Beans and Fungi on Blue Sky and Instagram. What about you, Eve?
And you can find me under Cozy Crow with an S and not a Z on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky and YouTube.
And of course, make sure that you're following the podcast itself on Instagram at Hearth and Tome Pod, Blue Sky at Hearth and Tome, TikTok at Hearth.and.tome, and YouTube at Hearth and Tome Pod to get updates about when episodes come out, as well as behind the scenes bits and bobs. The music used in this episode was Midnight Tale by Kevin MacLeod through Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.